Welcome back to Passive Aggression, Season 7, Volume 7, whatever you want to call it. I'm your host, Dominic Gonzalez, and today, listener, I'm taking you along with me. We're back in my car, and we are going to run a couple errands that I have to do this morning. It's not a whole lot. Actually, I have to get gas. I have to get a car wash, and I have to go home to do some things. And then I have to go back to work real quick. And then later on today, I have to go to Houston. So it's a whole lot of stuff. But I figured I've got some time, so I might as well talk to you. And today, if you can notice, if you're watching this, again, on my YouTube channel, Dominic Ness on YouTube. If you're watching, see I'm repping Leiha merch. This is a shirt from my cousin John, friend to the show. His brand, Leiha, New York to LA. That's his media brand. I'm not entirely sure if he's going to do a whole lot with that, because right now he's a whole police officer. So it's a lot of stuff going on in his life. I don't know if he has time to. Anyways, I thought today that we'd talk about this job offer thing and I wasn't sure if I was going to wait to share this story, kind of keep you guys on your toes, or just share it right away. I opted to just share it right away, because why bury the lead? So I have been applying to, this episode, there are going to be a couple takeaways for this episode, listener, and I want you to take away self-worth and self-respect and listening to your gut. And yeah, I think those are the three for now. We'll see if other wise things pop up as I share the story. But anyways, so it starts like this. Ever since I started my current job, I have been applying to a whole bunch of other jobs. That's what I've always done. Now, okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. There's something else I wanted to talk about, but I think I'm gonna share that for another episode. Boom. We're making episodes as we go along, you guys. We're making them as we go along. So, okay. So today, I've applied to multiple jobs, and I don't always hear back. Recruiters don't always hear. I don't really get. And here's a little trick. Or not a trick, a secret. Maybe it's a secret, maybe it's not a secret. Sometimes jobs keep a job listing open when they already have a candidate in mind, or someone who's gonna take the role. But I guess they legally have to post the job, and then they have to leave it open for a couple of days. For a certain amount of time, and the role's already filled, but they just have to put it out there and make you feel like it's, so maybe that's all that I've been applying for. That's what I like to tell myself, so I can sleep better at night. But I've applied to a bunch of different places. Now, I would hear back and do some interviews, and either they don't really go anywhere or the offer's not good enough. But earlier this year, I've applied to a couple of places, and I got a lot of offers back to back, a lot of, and I was like, whoa, okay, am I popular right now? No, I think it's just the beginning of the year, and maybe a lot of people left and they're just trying to fill up spots. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but there was an influx of interviews and offers that I was getting, so I was like, whoa. Now, I am fortunately in a place where I don't need to jump at the first offer or second or third offer. I just want to further my career, but I am patient enough. I can wait for something good, something great. So I got a couple of job offers from like out of the state, right? And that one, I hate moving. So to pack up my stuff and go somewhere else, you have to, and the cost for all of that, right? And then once I get there, how's the cost of living over there, right? Is it gonna how does it relate to where I am right now? Am I gonna feel the pay bump? Because some of the money looked good, but it's not gonna, it wouldn't entirely be worth it. Or it would be worth it just only a little bit. I want it to be worth it a lot of it if I move. So, beggars can't be choosers, but that's why I'm not begging. I'm just asking. And askers can get whatever they want. So, my next idea was like, okay, maybe we can keep it an internal, like within Texas, an internal move. That'll be my next, because there's bunch of like larger markets. I don't live in Austin. I live an hour away from Austin, but I frequent Austin a lot. So Austin's one big market. You got Dallas is one big market that's like 2.5 hours away. We got Houston, which is also like 2.5 hours away. Those are all big markets, right? San Antonio, another 2.5 hours away. So I can go to like all those possible places. I applied to someplace in Austin, and I apply on okay. Here's another wise thing. See, it came up just now in my brain. Another thing to add to the list, a takeaway, is to defend yourself. Defend yourself. So I got a job. Well, I applied to this job in Austin on a Sunday night. Monday morning at 8 a.m., I get a follow-up. I get rejected. Monday morning, I get rejected. Okay? No way. There's no way. Not only am I'm pretty confident in what I'm able to offer. I looked over my resume. I'm like, you guys would be, they'd be crazy to, so to not even get like an interview, and also I know anyways. There's no way that the recruiter looked over the thing Sunday night, and between Sunday night at like 8 p.m. and Monday at 8 a.m., a recruiter looked at the stuff. There's no freaking way. So I find the manager of this place. I email the manager. Hello. Listener, I'm about to go through a car wash, so it's about to get really colorful in here, but also pretty loud. Maybe this is not a great idea, but here we go. We're gonna try it. So I apply. Well, so I messaged the manager, and I'm like, hello, I would like some clarification on why I was rejected for this position. Is there something maybe in my resume that you're not seeing? Maybe there's something I can elaborate more on for an interview. Like, I was very confused. I was rejected within 24 hours. And he doesn't reply to me. Someone else replies to me, who I guess is the hiring manager over this particular role. So the hiring manager reaches out to me, and red flag number one. There's multiple red flags. Red flag number one, the manager that I talked to didn't talk back to me and say, hey, I'm adding someone else, he'll take it from here. Not a courtesy thing. It was just, he forwarded an email and someone else, okay, you're too busy to reply to me. Sorry to inconvenience you, manager. Anyways, how loud is it? This is going to be really bad. I'm going to look over this footage and audio, and I'm just going to be pissed. So the hiring manager, I guess, talks to me, and he's like, hey, Dominic, sorry, we have so many applicants, so forgive me if I don't remember your particular application, but we're really looking for some key keywords, and if I don't see those words, I'm skimming through it, and if I don't see those words, I don't even bother to continue reading. I was like, oh, okay, well, thank you for being honest with me. Okay, for this next part of the car wash, I'm gonna be quiet because it's way too loud. Okay, so the hiring manager was like, hey, Dominic, forgive me if I don't remember. Can you send me your application to this email, like directly? I was like, sure will. But he said that he was looking for some certain words, or maybe the AI is looking through certain words, right? So I went back to my resume and I added some buzzwords. My fault for not doing that in the beginning. So I added those buzzwords in, and then like a day or two later, he replies back to me and he's like, hey, you can go ahead and apply to the position. So I go and apply to the position. I guess he thought it was worth it enough. The next day, he invites me for an interview. Okay, so there's one takeaway. Defend yourself. If you're like, what the heck is this? Something's wrong. Something's not right with this application. There's no way I should have been denied this quickly. You go and you talk to these people. You reach out, follow up, because a lot of the times recruiters don't even know what they're talking about, or recruiters are hiring for a position and they've never even been in the position, and they just are looking to they're looking at a checklist, and you don't know what the situation is. So I got myself an interview. Okay. He sets up a calendar and he's like, hey, just put your availability on this calendar and I'll reach back out to you so we can schedule an interview. So okay. So I give this man a week. I put my availability for the next week. Not like, it was like on a Wednesday that I got this. And so instead of just doing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I did Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I gave him all that time, right? He messages me back. He says, hey, I'm actually going to be busy those times. Is there a time that you're able to do today, actually? I can do 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. Okay. So I go ahead and do 6:30 p.m. that night. Well, that's red flag number 2. Why are you giving me a calendar telling me to put any date, and you've already got dates that you can't do? Why don't you tell me your availability, sir? Wasting my time. So I do a 6:30 interview. There's dogs barking. Where are they coming from? He's at home in his living room, and there's dogs barking in the background. Confused? Red flag number 3. So I was like, okay, well, but green flag is the conversation lasted an hour. Look, I'm good in a room. All right? I don't like to talk to people much. Like, I'm not an extrovert, but you put me in a room, I'm gonna work the room, right? That's one thing about it. 2 things for sure, I'm gonna work a room. So I worked him up. Well, I mean, so anyways, I talked him up, and for an hour, and it was great. It was a great conversation, but mid-conversation, listener, I thought things were going well. He says, hey, Dominic, I gotta be honest with you. You're at a disadvantage here. Excuse me? He says, we're looking for someone who can actually do this position, and who has a lot of experience doing this position. You have, only a little bit of experience in this position. I was like, yeah, and I told him, it's not so much that I can't do the job. It's more of, I just don't have time to do that job currently with what I'm doing right now. So I'm able to do it, which is why I do it. In my current role, I do it. And the fact that I'm doing it in my current role, it's not even part of my job description that I'm doing it. I just do it because I know how to do it, and I offer my services to do it. So I can do it. I don't have much allotted time to do that specific thing. But whatever. I said, okay, well, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Sorry. I understand. And so I guess that's red flag number 3. I don't know. So anyways, after the interview, I was really, and he was also like really trying to drive home the fact that it's a competitive job market and he's got so many applicants. He told me that maybe like 3 or 4 times. We just have so many applications. I don't even know, man. I was like, okay, all right, that's cool. So after the interview, I was in a place of like, I'm not going to get that job. And you know what? It's okay. But I asked him, hey, are you going to reach back out to me, whether or not I get the position? Like, am I going to hear back from you? He said, absolutely, which I appreciated. That's a green flag. He did reach back out to me. But he actually ended up offering me the job. Oh, plot twist. What? Shocker? No, not to me. Not a shocker, because I knew that's what would happen, because I know who I am, right? I know who I am, and I showed him who I was, and that's how we got to where we are. All right. Anyways, he offers me the job, which was actually, it caught me by surprise a little bit, to be honest. But in that he calls me over the phone to offer me the job, and I don't know where he's at. There's a lot of noise, and he's talking really fast, and he says at the end of it, hey, I just want you to know, well, he tells me the job offer. Like he says how much I'd make and all the extra stuff, like the moving package and all that, whatever. And then he says, I just need a verbal yes from you right now. A verbal yes from me right now? No, you're not going to get that. What are you talking about? Can I think about it? Can I look over the facts? Can I run the numbers? I mean, what is this? Who gives a yes right away? Fools. Fools do that. Apologies, listener, if you've ever given a yes right away. I've been there before as well. My first job, actually, at a Chuck E. Cheese, I was offered a manager position, and I took it. And when I tell you how much I was making as a manager, you're going to throw up. I was offered, but when I got this offer, I was jumping in my seat. I was so excited because I hit the double digits. I was offered $10.25, listener, to run that store with all those kids and making sure that kids weren't being kidnapped. And also making sure that this lady's pizza comes out at the right time with her gluten-free crust. Oh, okay. Oh, and where's Chucky? Put someone in the Chucky suit. And, oh, we need someone to dance. Sometimes there's no one to dance, and so I have to get in the suit, and I have to do the dance. And here's the manager, $10.25. I'm dancing in a Chuck E. Cheese suit. And, oh, is everyone making sure that there's no kids being kidnapped? And is this lady's gluten-free pizza coming out at the right time that she wants to come out for her little birthday party that she's got going on? And she wants that pizza to come out first before all the other pizzas, because she wants the birthday girl to feel special more than the birthday girl already is special, because she's having a whole birthday party about her. And Chuck E. Cheese is gonna hand deliver that pizza. So I'm in the little Chuck E. Cheese suit, and I need to coordinate as well when this pizza's coming out, because I'm about to go and introduce this girl's birthday party in the Chuck E. Cheese suit, and we need the gluten-free crust to come out at the right time. So here I am as Chucky and telling them, oh, wait, hold on, but I can't tell them wait because I'm a mouse and I can't talk. And that'll break the illusion, right? And so I have to just hand motion them that, hey, wait, I'll be back. And then I go into the kitchen, and I almost slip going into the kitchen because those shoes shouldn't be going into the kitchen in any way. And I get the gluten-free crust, pizza crust, and I come back out and I hand it over to the little girl. Okay? But it's the wrong pizza, because she wanted a supreme pizza and it's a pepperoni pizza. All right? She wanted supreme, but it's pepperoni. So we have an issue. And I'm Chuck E. Cheese, and I am getting paid $10.25 an hour. And please tell me that no kids were kidnapped while I was delivering this pepperoni pizza. You know what I mean? Wow. Anyways, Anyways, so I tell him, hey, I can't do this right now. I'll reach back to you. I'll let you know what I think about the offer. I'll call you back or what. I'll send you an email, whatever. Let me think about this. And he's like, okay, cool. I understand. Good. So then I'm remembering the offer. Now, little does he know, someone that I'm working with is also someone that I'm working the same shift in that I also know is applied to that same job, different position, different role, different managers, I guess. But that applies to that same job, got the job offer, told me what the job offer was, because we like to keep it transparent here, and we're a team. We're a team, and the only way to beat the man is if you work together. Right? So, I know what her job offer is. So I know the discrepancies between her job offer and my job offer, and I know not every job offer is going to be the same. So the discrepancies in the pay, I didn't even bat an eye at. I was like, okay, well, it's a different position technically. Maybe your position's more important. That's fine. That's okay. I'm not really worried about it because the pay was not too bad. I was all right with the pay. The issue was the moving stuff. She was getting a stipend, a moving stipend, and I was offered a moving reimbursement. Now, listener, they are kind of the same, but they're also vastly different. Now, for the moving stipend, she was just going to get a lump sum amount of money. She can use it for whatever she wants, preferably for moving expenses. Now, I was offered a reimbursement, so I can pay whatever I need to, and then I would get that money back. The problem is that I would need the bursement to be reimmed, right? I need the money first to spend to get it back. Now, if I don't have the money first to spend, there's no money that I would be getting back. So I'm kind of in a little rock and a hard place. You understand? So that was one thing. Another thing is she was offered a whole week to just chill. It's a paid week off that doesn't not take away from her PTO, but it's the transitional period. It's a 1 week transition period for her to move all her stuff, and it's paid. It's a paid week. I was not offered that. I asked about that because he excluded that from the offer, and I was like, hey, do you guys offer, I tried to play naive, right? I was like, hey, do you guys offer like a any like transitional like time off and, paid or whatever? And he's like, no, I mean, you'll have like some training that you'll do for like a week, like a transitional training week, I guess. I was like, oh, okay, all right, cool. What's going on? And also before I ended that phone call, I was like, can you give me will I be able to speak to the director, the manager that I had sent the email to, right? The initial email, the guy in charge of the whole operation, right? Don't you want to know who's about to join your team? Don't you want to like familiarize yourself with someone who's about to join your team? I'm confused. So, I mean, so that's another red flag. The call ends, whatever. So I'm thinking about all this stuff. And he tells me, yeah, he'll pass my phone number to the director, and he'll get to me. Well, days go by, and I don't get any phone call. Now I'm itching. I'm like, what's going on? Someone tell me something. I have to give this guy a yes or a no, but I don't have the full picture. So I was hoping to get the full picture. Now, another thing is what we do at our station. We're a smaller station, it's a smaller market, and we're flying people out. We fly people out that we haven't even given them offers. These are potential candidates, and we fly them out to come visit us at our station, and we take them out to breakfast, we take them out to lunch. We are given a whole itinerary, and they're put up in a hotel. We're given a whole itinerary for this person to meet every person on the team. The morning crew, I can't tell you how many times the morning crew, which includes myself, has taken potential candidates out to breakfast. Seriously. And it's paid for. It's a paid for breakfast. So where are we getting this money from? And why doesn't this place have that money? Because they didn't even, I'm an hour away drive. You're not even offering to like, hey, do you want to come visit? You can just drive, right? You're only an hour away. You're not even doing that. So that, red flag! Confusion. So I talked to my managers and I'm like, hey, what do you guys think about this? What's going on? Is this weird or is it just me? And they're like, oh no, that's weird. Red flag! Another red flag. Hello! Red flag central. All aboard. Welcome to Red Flag Central Station. Grab a seat. You're gonna be here for a minute. So I finally put my ego aside and I send the director an email. I say, hey, I was given an offer from you a week ago and I would love to get some clarification on a couple things, and I would really just like to, if nothing else, familiarize ourselves with one another. And he right away sends an email back. Hey, Dominic, congratulations on joining the team, or potentially joining the team. What's a good phone number for you? What's a good phone number? I told the guy to give you my number. He said he was going to give you my number. What are we doing here? Red flag. What are we at? Number 7 at this point? So I have the phone call with the guy, with the director, right? We talk and I ask for clarification on the stuff and the discrepancies. And he's like, oh, no, you're going to get that. You're going to get the stipend. You're not getting a reimbursement. You're getting a stipend. And you will have that 1 week transitional period. Everyone gets that. And I was like, okay, great. That's cool. Why isn't your guy telling me that though? Where's the communication within your team? He didn't even know what I was talking about. He thought I was talking about training. Hello? So I was about to accept an offer that's not even correct. So that offer was null and void. Red flag. And also in that conversation, he was like not wanting to talk. He was like, it seemed like he wanted to get off the phone quickly. I'm like, you know what, man? We don't even have to do this right now. We actually don't even have to do this ever. Bye. Thank you for your time. Another red flag. So I was like, it's the job offer's in a bigger city, more money, but I clearly am not getting the respect that I feel like I deserve, which is just base level of like wanting to know your team. That's it. I'm not getting the communication I feel like I deserve as like a potential candidate moving my life to where you are. Communicate with me, man. Right? Can we be on the same page here? So I ended up declining the offer, listener. I ended up declining the offer because it was a mess. It was an absolute mess, and my gut told me something's up. Don't do that. They don't know what they're doing. And right now I'm at a station where I feel like I have, I'm appreciated, I'm respected, and everyone knows the Swiss Army knife that I am, right? And I don't want to join a team where I feel like I would have to prove something. I mean, of course, there's respect that's given, and then there's respect that's earned, and things grow with time. But I don't want to feel like I need to prove that I am more than just a body to you. Right? Right? Right or wrong? Hello? Someone say something, please. So that's that. I'm about to get gas right now. Gas is up a lot, as you know. We're at war, I guess. Anyways, thanks for listening to this rant of an episode. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys next week. And hopefully, I think it might be a better topic. Well, I don't know. The topic that I had in mind, it's not necessarily better. It's It's interesting though. But hopefully this was interesting. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube if you're watching. If you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, wherever, why don't you leave a rate and review if it's 4 or 5 stars. If it's any less than that, don't even worry about it. It's fine. And yeah, we'll stay tuned and we'll see what we talk about next week. Okay, bye.